Okay, let me start with a question that might sound dramatic, but is 100% true. How many of us would trust a doctor's diagnosis without a shadow of doubt? Now imagine that trust costing you years of your life, your health, and your future. This isn't a hypothetical. It's what happened to Cynthia McNeil. And honestly, her story isn't just shocking. It's a window into a systemic problem in healthcare that we barely talk about. Let's unpack this. So, here's the gist. Cynthia had a rash so severe, she described scratching her legs raw. Doctors couldn't figure it out, so they defaulted to a cancer diagnosis, T-cell lymphoma. 6 rounds of chemo, 3 bone marrow transplant cancellations, and years later, they realized, oops, it was a rare inflammatory condition called L-HES. 1 pill twice a day fixes it. No chemo needed. Personally, I think this raises a terrifying question. How many other people are going through hell because of a misdiagnosis? And why does medicine still struggle with rare diseases? Let's break this down. First, the fact that L-HES mimics cancer isn't just a fluke. It's a symptom, pun intended, of a bigger issue, medicine's obsession with pattern recognition. When symptoms look like cancer, doctors lean on the familiar. But here's the thing, I'd argue that this isn't just human error. It's a systemic flaw. Think about it. Medical training emphasizes common diagnoses, and rare conditions often fall through the cracks. Hell, there are over 7,000 rare diseases, and most doctors will never see most of them. But when a patient's life hangs in the balance, shouldn't the system prioritize double-checking instead of doubling down on assumptions? Now, let's talk about the fallout. Cynthia's story isn't just about a wrong diagnosis. It's about the collateral damage. She lost fertility, savings, and years of her life. And this is where my frustration peaks. We glorify fighting cancer as this heroic battle. But what about the people who were handed a sword and shield only to realize they were fighting a phantom? The physical toll of chemo is brutal, but the psychological twist, knowing it was all unnecessary, is something we don't discuss. How do you grieve years of your life that were stolen by a system you trusted? But here's a twist I haven't seen anyone else mention. This story also exposes the paradox of modern medicine. We've got AI diagnosing tumors and CRISPR editing genes, but a condition that's treated with a daily pill still gets missed for years? Why? Because innovation isn't evenly distributed. Cutting-edge tech is flashy, but basic diagnostic protocols for rare conditions? Not profitable enough for big pharma to care. And let's be real. The financial incentives in healthcare are rigged. Pharma makes more selling $100,000 chemo regimens than a $10 pill. Coincidence? Maybe. But it's a pattern I see everywhere. Treatment over diagnosis, profit over patients. Okay, zooming out. What's the bigger picture here? Misdiagnosis isn't just a rare thing. It's a $100 billion problem in the US alone. And L-HES isn't unique. Diseases like Ehlers-Danlos syndrome or POTS get misdiagnosed for decades. So why does this happen? Partly, it's arrogance. Doctors are taught to think horses, not zebras. But what if we're in a field full of zebras wearing horse masks? And partly, it's resource allocation. Testing for rare conditions is expensive, time-consuming, and often requires specialists who don't exist in smaller hospitals. Cynthia was in New Brunswick, hardly a medical desert, but even there, the expertise wasn't there until it literally fell into Dr. Chen's lap. So what's my takeaway? This isn't just a be-your-own advocate sob story. It's a call to rethink how we approach diagnosis. We need better education on rare diseases, more investment in differential diagnostics, and a system that rewards precision, not just speed. And for patients? Trust your gut. If something feels off, push back. Because the alternative, blind faith in a flawed system, could cost you everything. Now I want to hear from you. Have you or someone you know faced a shocking misdiagnosis? Drop your story below. Let's turn Cynthia's nightmare into a conversation that actually matters.